Yo. Alright, fuck you talking about. We in this bitch. Hey, bro. Nigga, it should be crazy as hell, bro. My bad homie.
Ain't shit to it but the door, dog. You feel me? Yeah, Zersky.
Alright, man. I know I said I was gonna change my shit, bro. I be forgetting every time. You feel me? Once I make the videos, it be like, hey. But, bruh, so look. I'm finna play this clip real fast, and then we're gonna go back, and then we're gonna find the video we finna react to and shit. You know what I'm saying? But okay, look, I just watched this video, right? This skit, Jack Funny. You feel me? If y'all know Jack Funny, you don't know, but just look up Jack Funny type shit. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, I just watched the skit, and if anybody know who he is and watch his shit, he just did the skit where he had a nigga act like Youngboy, bro. Shit hilarious. I ain't gonna lie, that nigga did good, bro. I give him like an 8.5 out of 10 on the acting tip. The only thing he really kind of fucked up on for real was when he tried to like do the yelling shit like Youngboy. He couldn't really do it, but everything else was like perfect. Even when he did the little run, bro, like Youngboy's running the mall. I'm talking about, bro, that shot me in tears. But bro, I'm reading a chain, right? And I know when artists do shit, especially like visionaries and shit, when they do imitate people, they try their best to imitate shit to the T and do certain things, and it like usually makes sense or add up. So I'm sitting there looking at the chain, and I'm like, well, why the fuck this nigga chain say KG on it? Like this nigga Kevin Garnett or something. You feel me? And I'm trying to think. I'm like Kentrell. I'm like, oh my fault. I'm slow, bro. His last name is God. I'm stupid as fuck, bro. I'm stupid as hell, bro. Uh, but wait, it say KG and yeah, gang KG. Okay, yeah. So the chain say KG, and I'm like, why the fuck did it? This nigga ain't never had a chain that say KG. But listen to this, bro, and watch this. Hold on. Shit, before we get into it, shit funny as hell. Watch this.
A Youngboy is in the building.
Five.
The way he said 5 was so legendary. What can't you do? But what's not tough is NBA Youngboy's first rap name, Weight Gain KG. Just horrible. Watch as this interviewer hits Youngboy with a curveball.
Did you think back when you were Weight Gang KG? What do the people know about Weight Gang KG?
I think so. What you found it out.
For the people who don't know, that's your first stage name, right? Yeah.
That was the first man. Who told you that?
I feel lied to. I thought you go by Youngboy, but you always been Lil Top from the start.
I go by Youngboy, but I always been Lil Top from the start.
Liar! Damn, KG. You had
I hate the internet so bad, bro. Oh my damn homies, bro. This is exactly why even when we rap, bro, I hate people, bro. But you gotta love the internet and hate this shit, bro, because it's gonna be your biggest supporter and biggest enemy, bro, all in one wraparound, bro. This clip was set up to intentionally do this funny ass, dumb ass shit, bro. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's hilarious as fuck. Like, the motherfucker said he been lying to us all this time. I wasn't expecting that to be what he was gonna go with at the end. He was like, I thought you said it was Youngboy, but you always been the top from the start. Then literally hit the
Lil Top from the start.
I go by Youngboy, but I always been Lil Top from the start.
Liar! Damn, KG.
Alright, bro. I'm liking that clip. I ain't gonna lie. That shit is fucking stupid. That's hilarious. Oh, I'll go back. I wanted to watch the Charleston White shit. I actually wanted to watch that Poetic Flacco, It's Over, Gigi exposed Carson that. She didn't expose him. She actually just came out and exposed about the shit and pretty much said that, yeah, she didn't cheat. She don't even know who that was. Orlando tried to warn us about Will Smith and Tyler Perry. I don't even want to watch nothing I gotta do with anything with finagling and more Diddy ordeals type situation. So, Poetic Flacco. What Mano said on this podcast gonna make academics crash out. Academics ain't fucking boy. Listen, ain't nobody made this man flinch yet, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. What the fuck? And game member who shut up for shit is back for more revenge. I'll cover that later. Where's the video that I just literally seen, bro? It just said that someone with Charleston White. It just was right there. Hold on, where it go? Or am I tweaking? No, that's not the video I'm looking for, but oh my god. Go home. Alright, fuck it. I guess we finna watch this shit. Rap thread. Let me burp, bro. I just finished eating. Yeah, and this shit sound nasty, I know. I ate too much. I took in too much acidic shit. You gotta chill. Can't be drinking a whole bunch of water and drinking soda and eating and shit like that all in the mix. Like going, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't do that, bro. Don't let your body get the yeah.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI.
Y'all niggas sit down.
Yup, you just heard 21 Savage go off after being called out the Great Slime himself, and it looks like this dumb beef isn't ending anytime soon. See, we're about to bread down everything in this beef and how things are escalating fast to the point bodies might start dropping soon. So what the hell happened? Let me break it down for you because this story got layers. Alright, so to understand how we got here, we gotta rewind a bit. 21 Savage been on this whole Fuck the Streets campaign for a minute now, right? My man's been traveling to different cities, talking to the youth, trying to get them to leave the gang life alone. On the surface, that sounds positive. Can't nobody hate on trying to save lives type shit, but here's where it gets tricky. When you come from where 21 come from, East Atlanta Zone 6, real street shit, and then you start telling other people to leave the streets alone, some people gonna feel a way about that. It's like, who gave you the authority to tell the next man how to move? You feel me? Now 21, he been in these streets for real. This ain't no cap, my man.
Bro, is Rap Thread not like AI, bro? Like, is it actually a person? The only reason I say that is because the structure of some of this shit. A lot of people be making their videos exactly like this. But I feel like all you gotta do is give it a prompt and just set it to the voice. Then whatever all these different apps, like all these different apps, nigga, where you can sit there, who knows what, woody wop bam and woo woo, and then either someone just puts the collages together and just throws the whoop on there or whatever, or they probably having whole AI create this shit. So I don't know, bro. It's just the way that it push it is hilarious. What do you mean people are gonna feel some type of way when you come from the east side, at least Atlanta Zone 6, whatever it is, then you instantly turn around and start saying fuck the streets? If you a successful person who come from the streets and then become successful as fuck, and you said fuck the streets, and you're an actual I don't want to say valuable person. I could say valuable, but like, you know, I want to say respected. You know what I'm saying? Like acknowledgeable person. That's what I'm saying. When you're an actual acknowledgeable person, to where like people actually look at you and be like, you feel me? Then yeah, you should be saying fuck the streets and trying to motivate other motherfuckers and youth to be able to be like fuck the streets. Cause when they see you and you riding, pulling up Rolls Royces and all of this, the same shit rappers is doing, and you is either rapping or you not rapping, but you got rap money and shit like that, and you have said fuck the streets. You a rapper and you put all your all into rapping and saying fuck the street shit. The only time you out in the streets is when you shoot music videos. Come on, gang. Let me get in a video, though. I'll be doing that.
And got caught lacking on his 21st birthday, took 6 shots, and his mans didn't make it. That's where the name 21 Savage really came from. It ain't just no catchy rap name, it's memorial shit. So when he talk about leaving the streets alone, he's speaking from experience. He done seen too much, lost too many people, and now he trying to break the cycle. Let me give y'all some more context on where 21 really coming from with this. See, back in 2013, when he was still running the streets heavy, he lost his brother Quantaveus to gun violence. Then he lost his friend Larry to the streets. These wasn't just random people, these was his day ones, people he grew up with, people he loved. When you experience that type of loss repeatedly, it changes you fundamentally. 21 talks about how he used to glorify the street shit in his early music. Songs like No Heart and X was straight up about that life, no filter. But as he got older, made more money, and lost more people, he started seeing the bigger picture. He realized he had a responsibility, especially to the young kids who look up to him. The Fuck the Streets movement didn't just pop up overnight. This been building for the last couple years. It really started gaining momentum when 21 began doing more community work in Atlanta. He started the 21 Savage Bank Account campaign, where he was teaching financial literacy to kids in the hood. Then he launched the Leading by Example Foundation, focusing on helping youth in underserved communities. But what really set this off was when he started being more vocal about it in interviews and on social media. He wasn't just doing the work quietly no more. He was actively telling young people that the gang life ain't it. He was saying, fuck your set, fuck your block, that shit don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Now, when you're doing that, you gotta understand how that lands in different cities. In Atlanta, where 21 from, people mostly received it well because they seen his journey. They know he really lived it, so they respect his right to speak on it. But when he took this message to other cities, Chicago, Louisiana, California, the reception was mixed. Some people appreciated it. OGs who done been through the wars and lost everything understood what he was trying to do. But younger cats, the ones still active in the streets, they felt like he was invalidating their struggle. Like he was saying their life don't matter or what they going through ain't real. Now for y'all who don't know, YB and 21 actually had history before all this. They was cool, respected each other's music, no issues. Back in 2019, 2020, you could see them showing love on social media. No beef, no tension. They was two of the biggest rappers in the game doing their thing separately but with mutual respect. But there's something else y'all need to understand. When the whole Dirk and Youngboy situation was going on, 21 was seen taking Dirk's side. That already created some tension in the background, even if they wasn't going at each other directly. Let me break down that situation real quick because it's important to understanding how we got here. The Dirk and YB beef is one of the most serious beefs in hip-hop right now. It ain't just rap. People really died behind this shit. When Von got killed in Atlanta, that intensified everything.
Rapper King Von and his group were at Opium nightclub before making their way here to Monaco Hookah Lounge, then to the parking lot where chaos ensued.
And 21, being from Atlanta and being cool with Dirk, was in a tough position. Now 21 never directly dissed YB or got involved in the beef publicly, but there was subtle things. Being seen with Dirk at certain times, showing support on social media, to YB and his camp that could have been seen as picking a side, even if 21 wasn't trying to make it about that. So you got that underlying tension already brewing. Then 21 comes out with this fuck the streets movement, and to someone like YB who's still very much in the thick of everything, that might feel like some hypocritical shit. Like, you was just supporting one side of a street beef, now you talking about fuck the streets? Now let's talk about where Youngboy coming from because it's important to understand both sides of this. YB is 25 years old and he been through more shit than most people go through in a lifetime. He done been shot at, stabbed, arrested multiple times, lost friends, and been fighting cases for years. For him, the streets ain't something he can just walk away from even if he wanted to. He's still got pending situations, people still trying to kill him, and he's still got loyalty to his people who in the trenches. When you in that position, somebody telling you fuck the streets can feel dismissive of your reality. It's like easy for you to say when you already made it out and you ain't got the same problems I got. Plus, YB never been the type to switch up his message or try to be politically correct. He always kept it 100 about where he at and what he about. That's part of why his fans love him. He don't sugarcoat nothing. So when YB gets asked about 21's the streets movement in this recent interview, you can tell he already got some feelings brewing. The interviewer brings it up, talking about how 21 been early on this message, trying to reach the youth and all that, and YB, man, he did not hold back. I don't give a fuck about that, YB said straight up. I am the streets, I love the streets, I come from the streets, I ain't on all that pussy ass shit. Yo, when I first heard that, I was like, damn. Because that's not just disagreeing with the message, that's a direct
With Ashley's next-gen Nuvella Performance fabric, you can relax. These pieces are easy to clean, and some style
shot at 21's character. He basically called the whole movement pussy-ass shit. That's personal, gang. But YB didn't stop there. He kept going, saying people confused about what the message really is. He talking about how it ain't about not protecting yourself, but at the same time, he making it clear he ain't with what 21 promoting. Then he hit them with this line that really set it off. That's the narrative somebody pushing right now, and I'm pushing my narrative type shit. Translation? Fuck what 21 talking about, I'm doing me. The way YB said it with that emphasis on my narrative, let everybody know this wasn't just a casual disagreement. This was him drawing a line in the sand, saying he fundamentally opposed to what 21 promoting. Now, when that interview dropped, the internet went crazy. People was picking sides immediately. Some was like, YB speaking facts, you can't tell people how to live. Others was defending 21 like, nah, he just trying to save lives, what's wrong with that? Twitter was going insane. You had YB fans saying 21 was fake woke and only doing the positive shit for image. You had 21 fans saying YB was promoting violence and negativity. It got toxic real quick, as these things always do. But here's what really got everybody's attention: the timing of all this. Because just when people thought it couldn't get no messier, 21 Savage decided to respond. Now this is where we gotta pay close attention, because what 21 said wasn't directly at YB, but the streets knew better. Let me paint the picture for y'all. 21 hopped on social media looking heated. My man was in his feelings for real, and he started going off about people saying his name and talking about the streets. Now, technically, he was responding to Fivio Foreign, who had been dissing him, but the timing, right after YB's comments? Come on now, y'all know how this works. See, Fivio had made some comments about 21 earlier, saying he wasn't really street like that and questioning his credibility, but that was relatively minor compared to what YB said. So when 21 came out with this response, people immediately started connecting dots. 21 started off strong. Stop saying my name. Don't think because a nigga trying to change that, man. Y'all sit down somewhere, man, straight up. You could hear the frustration in his voice. This is somebody who really trying to do something positive and getting criticized for it from multiple angles. But then he really got into it, and this is where you could tell he was addressing more than just one person. He said if you walking around with a 38, don't say nothing to him about the streets. If you 35 or older and been trying to rap since you was a teenager, don't talk to him about the streets. Now that part, that could low-key apply to Fivio. But then 21 said something that made everybody's ears perk up. Y'all niggas keep talking about all this fuck nigga street shit. Savage this, savage that, savage this. Savage shot one of y'all in real life. Y'all know this. Stop playing. Yo, that's a reminder to everybody. Don't get it twisted because he on some positive shit now. 21 really been about that action, and he wants people to remember that before they get too comfortable dissing him. Then 21 went even harder. Don't think because Savage on some positive shit that is, oh, let's talk about Savage every day. Let's talk about Savage all day. Nah, this ain't that. Y'all still get your ass fucked up, straight up. That's a direct warning. He's saying just because I'm trying to be better don't mean I'm sweet. Don't mean you can keep poking at me without consequences. But here's what really got me. 21 went deeper into why he feels the way he does about all this. He said something that low-key exposed a lot of these rappers talking about the streets. Y'all ain't seen enough in the street to even feel how I feel about the street. That's where the disconnect come in at. I don't give a fuck about what your partners did. I don't give a fuck about what your hood did. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all as individuals, y'all ain't did nothing in the street. Now that's different, because what 21 basically saying is a lot of these niggas talking about street shit ain't really been through it themselves. They just around it, or they know people who about it, but they personally ain't lived it. And because they ain't lived it, they don't understand why he trying to get people out. This is a crucial point that a lot of people miss. There's a difference between being from the streets and being in the streets. There's a difference between knowing people who did things and actually doing things yourself. And 21 is calling that out. He kept going. Y'all ain't cried enough. Y'all ain't lost enough. Straight up. Man, you could feel the pain in that statement. That's somebody who done really lost people, who done really had to bury his friends, telling other people they don't got the credentials to speak on what he doing. Then he hit them with the reality check. Y'all better stick to rapping, man. Basically saying y'all ain't built for the conversation y'all trying to have with me. Y'all should stay in y'all lane and just make music, because when it comes to real street politics and the weight of that life, y'all ain't qualified to speak on it. And here's where it gets even crazier. 21 started talking about people who claim to be street, but you ain't seen them in 30 years. People who be gangsters on Area 59, which is basically saying y'all doing this shit from remote locations, not really in the mix no more. Y'all be gangsters on Area 59, man. Remote location ass niggas. Ain't seen y'all in 30 years. That's him calling out the internet gangsters, the people who talk tough from a safe distance but ain't really active in their hood no more. Now let me break down something else that's important to this whole situation. When 21 says, how the fuck can you tell a nigga from a whole another state what they is? You don't even know. He's touching on something real. There's always been this thing in hip-hop where people from one city try to tell people from another city how to move, and it never goes well. 21 is from Atlanta. YB is from Baton Rouge. These are two completely different environments with different gang politics, different street codes, different everything. But at the same time, violence is violence, death is death, and pain is pain. That shit is universal. So 21 might argue that his message transcends geography. Here's where we gotta zoom out and look at what this beef represents for hip-hop culture as a whole. This ain't just about two rappers disagreeing. This is about a fundamental tension in hip-hop between keeping it real and evolving as a person. Hip-hop has always valued authenticity above almost everything else. So when someone like 21 Savage, who built his career on being one of the realest street rappers out, starts promoting a message that seems contrary to that image, it creates cognitive dissonance for some people. They asking, is he still real? Is this just PR? Is he a hypocrite? Or is he genuinely trying to evolve and help people? On the flip side, you got artists like YB who refuse to change their message or soften their image, regardless of how much money they make or how famous they get. And there's something authentic about that too. Let's address the elephant in the room though. Is 21 Savage a hypocrite? Some people pointing out that he still makes street music sometimes, he still raps about violence in certain songs, he still associates with people who active in the streets. He took sides in the Dirk/YB situation, which is a street beef. So how can he turn around and say, fuck the streets? 21 addressed this in his rant. I'm trying to change my life. I'm trying to save the streets. I'm trying to stop all this crazy shit that be going on. This shit unnecessary. I'm trying to be a part of the solution. The key word there is trying. He ain't saying he perfect or that he completely divorced from the streets. He's saying he trying to change, he trying to be better, and that's real life. Change don't happen overnight, but not everybody gonna see it that way. Some people want that clean break. Either you street or you not, pick one. They don't want the gray area. Here's what's crazy about all this though. While 21 and YB going back and forth, while fans taking sides and arguing on social media, young kids in the hood still dying every day. That's what gets lost in all this. 21's message, regardless of how you feel about the messenger, is ultimately about saving lives. It's about trying to give young people an alternative to a lifestyle that statistically leads to prison or death. So when 21 says fuck the streets, he's saying fuck a system that feeds young black and brown kids into a pipeline of violence, incarceration, and early death. But here's where YB and others like him got a point too. It's easy to say fuck the streets when you already made it out. When you got millions of dollars, when you can afford to move your family somewhere safe, when you got security, when you got options. What about the kids who still stuck there? What about the people who ain't got a way out yet? For them, the streets might not be a choice. It might be survival. That's what YB means when he says, I am the streets, I love the streets. He ain't saying he loved the violence. He's saying he loved where he come from. He loved his people who's still there. And he ain't gonna act like he above it just because he got famous. What's frustrating about this whole situation is that there should be a middle ground here, but neither side seems willing to find it. 21 could acknowledge that his message might come across as preachy to people's current reality, while still maintaining that reducing violence is worth pursuing. YB could acknowledge that while he's proud of where he's from, the cycle of violence ultimately ain't sustainable and there's value in trying to break it. But in the current climate of hip-hop, where everything is about taking sides, that nuance gets lost. There's no room for complexity, no room for understanding both perspectives. So where do we go from here? Right now, we in a holding pattern. 21 said his piece, YB said his piece, and we waiting to see if this escalates or dies down. The danger is that this turns into something more than words. We done seen too many times in hip-hop where verbal sparring turns into real violence, and that would be the ultimate irony. A beef that started over 21 trying to reduce street violence turning into more street violence. But there's also a chance this just fades away. Neither of them really got nothing to gain from taking this further. They both got too much money, too much to lose. The truth is, hip-hop needs both perspectives. We need people like 21 who willing to take a stand and say, we gotta do better. But we also need people like YB who ain't gonna sugarcoat the reality of what people still going through. The problem is when these perspectives turn into opposition instead of complementing each other, when it becomes a beef instead of a dialogue, and that's the state of hip-hop right now, fam. We can't even agree on whether telling people to stop killing each other is a good thing or not. That's how deep this street shit runs. But I'll say this, 21 Savage stood on what he said, and he made it clear he ain't backing down from his message, regardless of who got a problem with it. At the same time, NBA Youngboy made it clear he ain't changing for nobody and he gonna keep representing the streets his way. Only time will tell if this beef escalates or if they figure out a way to coexist with their different philosophies. But one thing's for sure, the conversation is happening now, and that's important whether you agree with 21's approach or not. At the end of the day, both of them speaking from their truth. 21 speaking from the perspective of somebody who made it out and don't want to see others go through what he went through. YB speaking from the perspective of somebody still navigating these streets. Maybe instead of arguing about who right, We should be asking how we can take the best from both perspectives and actually make a difference. How can we honor where we come from while also striving for something better? Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Is 21 right for pushing the fuck the streets movement? Or is YB right that you can't tell another man how to live? Do y'all think this beef is gonna get worse or will they squash it? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe because you already know we covering all the hip-hop drama as it unfolds. This shit.
Now everybody entitled to their opinion. You feel me? You're a grown ass man. You gonna see shit how you see shit. So it ain't really about caring about what the next person say for real. Cause people gonna say what they wanna say. People gonna feel what they wanna feel. That shouldn't stop you from doing what you wanna do. It don't matter what side of the plate you on, what side of the table. No cap.
Higher than a bitch, I'm off the oil, they don't get it. Running up my money, I'm getting my money. I'm talking about chicken, hold up, bitch be talking that shit, but whole time told that bitch to listen.